Hi family, and welcome back to Doing Life with Pastor Donovan and Pastor Chantel. Today I'm sitting with a beautiful young lady, Rachel. She's 19 years old. Um, she's part of our worship team, but more than that, she's family. We met Rachel when she was 4 years old, and when they become our opposite neighbors. So they family. Rachel got two siblings. Tandy is 15 and Caleb is 13. And today Rachel is going to share just a story with us. 3 weeks ago, on the 16th of July, Rachel's mom, Lisa, went to be with the Lord and leaving a husband and three kids behind. So welcome, Rachel, and thank you for just sharing with us your story.
Thank you so much.
But before we start, in a few words, I know it's not possible, but in a few sentences, tell us about mom.
So, as you know, mom was always very loving, very kind to
Yes.
everybody she met. She was just very charitable,
Yes.
and she was always so loving. She was always wanted us. She was always so positive and always encouraged us to do the best of our abilities.
Yes.
And she was always, it's so inspiring to like remember how kind and how
Yes.
just all those things. It's really amazing
Yeah.
to remember.
And why did you decide to, when I asked you to be willing to share your story?
Because I feel like mom knew so many people, and you know, it's all different perspectives. If you ask dad and if you ask me, and
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a good thing to share, to remember mom in so many different ways.
And I know when we were chatting the other day, you also say, Mom used to say, your story can help someone else.
Absolutely. She always used to say, she said to me once, because when I was younger, I had a bit of a rocky road with God, and she said to me, no, you must never be scared to share your story because it can absolutely help someone build
Yes.
their testimony.
That's right.
And I feel like I felt in my heart when you asked me if I want to speak about mom. I just felt like this is a story I can share that can possibly help someone.
That's right. So how do you, as a 19-year-old, how do you cope with the loss of your mom?
It's very difficult, but it's God helps every day.
Yeah.
It's small things that we remember that we're like, oh wait, okay, we can't do that because like messaging mom or
Yeah.
giving her a phone call at the end of the day. Like we were at the dam this weekend,
Yes.
and the first time Dad went out on a boat, and he felt like a little child. He
Yes.
said when he came off, he felt like a child. So, and I took so many pictures, and I wanted to send them to mom, and I remembered, oh, you know. But it's those things that make it so much more beautiful that we get to keep and we get to
Yes.
remember. And
Yeah.
mom loved pictures and stuff like that.
Yes, I
So
know.
we've got so many beautiful memories of her because she absolutely just loved making them.
Yes, and it's important because she was a family person. She
She
loved her
was.
family.
She loved people. She was such a
Yes.
people person. She
Yeah.
always wanted to be around people.
Yes.
And yeah.
And we all prayed and we stood on the word and we declared that mom is going to be healed and that she's going to come home soon. And when she passed, it was a shock for all of us because we didn't expect it.
No.
We just expected she's going to come home,
Yes.
you know. And at the time when you heard mom passed on, was your faith shaken in God? What did you go through that minute?
Wow. I'm actually. It's actually so funny. You know, on Dad was on his way back from the hospital. He'd phoned us before, or Uncle Billy drove him, so he phoned us saying we're on the way back. And Grandma was sitting next to me on the couch. We're in the living room, and I just had this feeling to pray. I had no words, so I prayed in tongues. And funny, very funny, God told me, she's with me, it's okay.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, wait
Wow.
a second, this can't be. Dad's coming home telling us good news.
Yes.
And when he got home and he told us, unfortunately, she had passed,
Yeah.
I actually had this peace.
Wow.
And if I think about it, it's so strange. And it's like, I thought, why am I feeling this way? I thought, like, I would be
It's
panicking.
not normal.
It's not normal. Why am I not bursting out in
Yes.
tears, screaming at the top of my lungs? I just felt so peaceful because when I prayed, he said, it's okay.
He prepared you
He
for it.
prepared me. And like in the weeks she was in the hospital, we had been praying for her to go home safely. But to us, home is obviously here.
Yeah.
But to God, home is where He is.
Yes.
So
Where
we
there's
had
no
been
sickness.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we had been praying, and God had been preparing us
Yes.
for ultimately what He wanted.
And that is so beautiful because I think it brings comfort because we know Mom is definitely with Him. She loved the Lord.
Yes.
And that's why it's so comforting that we don't mourn like the world.
Yes.
Without hope. Because the Bible says we have hope because we're going to see her again.
Yes.
She's part of our future.
Yes.
And not part of our past.
And a beautiful thing I heard from someone else is in heaven there's actually no time.
Mm-hmm.
So to her, we're already there.
Yes.
It's just we need to catch up.
Yeah, and the Bible also talk about we on the earth, we need to run a race.
Yes.
And Mom is part of those faith that believers in the grandstand that cheering you on,
Yes.
cheering you on for you and Tandy and Caleb and your dad and saying, come guys, you need to run a race because I'm waiting.
Yes.
I'm waiting for you.
Yes.
And so, and we all deal with our emotions differently, and so, and obviously Tandy and Caleb deal with their emotions differently.
Yes.
And you being the eldest, what do you say to them? How do you deal with them?
So it's actually two completely different experiences, and it's actually so beautiful to be a part of it. Tandy is very, very expressive emotionally, and she lets you know when she's upset. She'll come to you, she'll talk, and we'll just sit and we'll have a conversation. And Tandy is going through a time in her life where I feel like was similar to mine, where she's figuring out who she is in Christ, and to her it's so difficult because now she's turning 16 next year. She's learning who she is in Christ. She just lost her mom, so I think for her she's like struggling with herself a lot as well. So she makes it she makes a point of it to come sit down and say, you know what, Rachel, I need you to help me pray because right now I don't know how to talk to God. Firstly, I'm missing Mom, and I feel like I have no one to talk to.
Yes.
So it's amazing. It's so amazing to me to be able to help her because she always used to go to Mom when she needed help with prayer, or when she needed help understanding the Bible. And now it's so beautiful that she comes to me.
To you.
Yes, and I feel so privileged that I get to help her with that. Caleb is completely different.
He's a boy.
Yes. So he's not a very emotionally expressive person. He's very taken back and very on his own.
Yeah.
And he actually, these past few weeks, he's been like, he usually doesn't, he's not a very touchy person. He doesn't want hugs. He doesn't want to talk.
Yes.
He still doesn't want to talk. But he's now, at least, he comes when he is feeling emotional. He'll come and he'll sit next to me and he'll say, you know what, Rachel, can I just cuddle you and we can watch a movie?
Yes.
And then we put on a home movie and we watch it. Or he'll just come and give me a hug during the day if I'm busy cooking food in the evening, whatever. He'll just come and hug me.
Yeah.
And the first few times I was confused because I'm not used to it. So I moved out of the way and said, do you want something on the counter? Or is there anything I can do for you? And it got some taking used to, but it is actually so refreshing to experience that both of them are experiencing the loss of Mom completely differently. And Caleb doesn't talk about it, but he is now showing he's being more affectionate, and Tandy is speaking up more about how she feels, which is so beautiful.
And I think that is Caleb's way of just dealing with it,
Yes.
knowing that you are there.
Yes.
And I think the important thing is for you just to show him that you are always there. It doesn't matter what he's going through,
Yes.
that you will always just be there for him
Yes.
as a sister, and that you can just, even if you just want 10 hugs,
Yes.
in one day, that you will be there for him.
Yes.
And I think that is also, sometimes what the devil meant to destroy us as family and our faith in God, it actually draws us closer to each
Yes.
other. And we can see this with Caleb being a boy,
Yes.
like to say, is so more affectionate.
Yes.
And so as the elders also, do you now feel that you need to take care of everyone in the home?
I feel like I've always been a very emotionally attached person to each member of my family. But funny enough, I don't feel like there's anything I need to do more that I've been doing.
Yes.
Because, I mean, the first few days after we heard the news, I was a bit panicky, but ultimately my dad is my dad. I don't have to take on that role
Yes.
of being
A mom in the home.
a
now.
mom. Yes.
Yes.
I can still just be who I am, and that is so refreshing, because I think it would have been a lot more stressful if
Yes.
I had to feel like I had
That
to
pressure
change.
on you.
Yeah.
Because you're still a 19-year-old.
Yes.
And I don't think even dad expects you now to just be an adult,
Yeah.
And take care of everyone.
Yeah.
Like you say, you've been doing things already beforehand. You were always
Yes.
involved in the household in any
Yes.
case. And so what would you say to everyone listening to you, to youngsters that's been, because we all know someone that either lost a mom or a dad or a loved one. What do you say, what would you say to them? How, to just in this moment?
I feel like it's so difficult to speak to someone who's lost someone who you feel you close to, because ultimately nothing anybody says can make that feel better. So me personally, I just made sure that I don't stray from my path with God, because ultimately that's where I find my peace. Every morning I love reading my Bible in the mornings, and I'm just in constant conversation with God throughout the whole day, and it helps me so much to realize that I've got loving people around me all over who I can speak to, but nothing, any of them can replace what Mom would have ever been able to say to me.
Right.
Only God can give me that peace, and He absolutely has.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for just spending the time with me and just talking to the listeners about your story and what you and your family have been going through. And I know we all are here, but we will never be able to, like you said, replace Mom or say things like Mom would have said.
Yes.
Only God can do that for you. So thank you so much, Rachel. I really appreciate that. So family, I hope that you enjoyed our conversation. I hope that it helped you. If you know of anyone that has lost a mom or a dad or a loved one, and you feel that this video will help them, share it with them, and let us be the ones that lift up people's hand and to just give them, surround them with love. And so I'm looking forward to spend next week with you again. I will be sitting with another amazing woman of God that will share her testimony, and I know that you will be encouraged by it. So bless you, family, and from our home to your home, we love you and we keep on praying for you.